dogs! It's Juliana Russ, video producer with University Housing, back at it again with another episode of Working Like a Dog. In this episode, I get to interview Darden Braun, who works for UGA's Transportation and Parking Services as a bus operator. Take a look.
My name is Darden Braun. I am a second-year civil engineering major. I live in Vandiver Hall, and I'm a bus operator for UGA Transportation and Parking Services. What brought me to Vandiver was, like I said, I lived in Mary Linden last year, which was a fantastic experience. Did not even occur to me, honestly, to live off campus. Just the convenience of being on campus, having access to all the resources that campus provides, within walking distance. We have the Ramsey Center right across the street, the University Health Center. All rooms in this building have, in some sense, their own bathroom, several different layouts. All of them have a common space living room area, a kitchenette with a provided refrigerator, microwave, cabinetry. Living in a true dorm was certainly an experience, one I in a lot of ways enjoyed, but I wanted to branch out to something different. Graduate to something a little larger, so to speak. I have classes in Driftmeyer, which is a 10-minute walk, and the classes up towards Myers Quad and Central Campus, which either a bus route or walking, makes it very accessible. And I have parking for my vehicle right here. I don't have to worry about commuting in from a park and ride lot or something of that nature. Like I said, I'm a bus operator for Transportation and Parking Services, which, of course, primary responsibility is driving buses. We are the second largest transit system in Georgia, second only to MARTA in Atlanta. We operate a fleet of approximately 70 buses and 6 handicap accessible vans. And we move thousands of people a day. My responsibility is to safely move students, faculty, visitors, the local Athens community, wherever they need to go within our main campus, our health sciences campus, our vet med campus, and the various properties of University of Georgia, getting students to class, getting teachers to between their offices and classes, showing visitors what our campus has to offer, in a safe and efficient manner. I'm a line trainer, so I play a part in training some of our new employees, and then just providing various other services as necessary. They provide you a CDL. It's an intensive training process, takes about 3.5-4 months, going from just your regular car driver's license to a license that allows you to operate large vehicles. They're not like your standard car in a lot of ways, so becoming familiar with how these vehicles operate, how they are. Once you finish with that training, you spend a couple weeks line training out with, that's what I do now, is I train new drivers, actually with passengers on a bus, and then you are turned out, so to speak, to operate on your own. It's paid training, and that's something you get to take with you for life, basically, as long as you renew it with the DDS every 10 years or whatever it is. That's something you get to keep, and it's a marketable skill ultimately. My first word was bus. Not mom, not dad, bus. And it has truly been a lifelong interest of mine. I'm studying civil engineering to be a transit planner, ultimately, is my goal. I had known about this opportunity before I even came to UGA, and within 24 hours of me being here, I had applied for the job. Being able to be such an integral part of this university community in such a different way. Like, I know a lot of people working in different ways get involved with undergraduate research or classes, obviously, get involved with clubs or Greek life or something. This has been the thing that I've gotten involved in, and I've met some of my best friends from UGA working for campus transit, both the camaraderie between our full-time employees, our student employees, our part-time employees, the supervisors. It's just a really incredible opportunity to get to work with those people every day and be out as part of our group, moving people around, getting people where they need to go and as quickly as possible, safely. It is really rewarding. And when you get to build relationships with some of your regular passengers and you see them every day or every couple of days and you kind of know how their life is going, you feel like you get a connection with them. And that's certainly something I have really enjoyed working at Campus Transit. Everybody is, at least all the student drivers are familiar with all routes. We can be assigned to any route at any time of the day. I enjoy some of the ones that get off campus, health sciences, vet med. It's a little bit of a change of pace, a little less busy. We had an old route system that was, they were a lot longer routes that went a lot more, each one went a lot more places. The system we've transitioned to relies a lot more on overlap. I cannot stress enough the importance of routes.uga.edu, the website, or the app. The website is actually a little better because it's often the most up-to-date, but that can show you where routes intersect, the best way to get to your final destination. It shows stops for each of the different routes. And I just encourage any student to become familiar with our route system because once you know where it goes, know how it works, it can be an incredible resource. But when you're on the outside, not really knowing exactly what's going on, it can be incredibly confusing. I completely understand. But once you get to know it, what it can do for you, it is such an incredible resource.
Thanks so much for watching the last episode of the semester. I really hope you guys enjoyed. Like to wish Darden a really successful career as a transit planner, comment any questions you may have about navigating the bus system, and subscribe to make sure that you stay up to date with all of our latest content. Doing one of those 3 things helps future students find our videos. Thank you for watching, and as always, go dogs!